All right. Our second part of today's lesson is going to be to adding decimals. Now, we use a lot of the same concepts when adding decimals as we do with big numbers, but we have something that's really helpful to help us line up our numbers, and that is the decimal itself. Okay, so we're going to look at that decimal, and if I take 23 tenths and I add it on to 195 tenths, what we're going to do is first line up those numbers again using our decimals. So I'm going to put two decimals here because we know that our two decimals have to be lined up. And that gives us a little kind of anchor point for the rest of our numbers. So I have 0.23. So I have 0. I have 23. I see for our second number we have 0.195. And I'm going to rewrite this up and down. Now, with decimals, what we want to do is, because we're starting to see some blank spots, wherever there's a blank spot, I want you to fill in a 0 for now. Okay, just because it will help you to remember that there really is that place value there. There's just nothing in there, but we have a number that means nothing, which is 0. So I lined up that decimal. Once I have the decimal written down, I fill in the numbers around it so that all the place values line up. Then, just like I did with big numbers, I start all the way to the right and I use my adding skills. Okay, I'm going to take 0 plus 5, and that is 5. 3 plus 9 is 12, so I do the same thing. I put the ones place down there, the 2, carry the 10 back over. I have a 1, or I have 2 plus 1 is 3, plus the extra 1 is 4. Now, here's an important thing. When I get to the decimal, I have to move it down as well. 0 plus 0 is 0, so I get a final answer of 0.425, or 425 tenths. Okay, so make sure you bring that decimal down. Otherwise, you can get a much bigger number than needed. All right, here's another one. 56 tenths plus 189 hundredths. I'm going to put those decimals in there first. I always like to work around the decimals so that I know. My top number is 0.56. My second number is 0.01. I'm actually going to make that 0 a little bit better. 0.189. I know that I am adding them. I see 2 blank spots on the top. I'm going to fill those in with zeros just to help myself out. Now I start my adding process. Starting all the way over here in that first row all the way to the right, I've got 0 plus 9, that is 9. 0 plus 8 is 8. 6 plus 1 is 7. 5 plus 0 is 5. I see I get to the decimals. I bring that down. 0 plus 0 is 0, getting me a final answer of 0.5789, or 5,789 hundredths. Let's look at a couple more. All right, let's look at one more. Now, this one's got a whole number in there, but we still approach it in the exact same way. I use my decimals. Start with my first number, 2064. My second number is 0.1934. I fill in a 0 to kind of get rid of that blank spot. I lined everything up. All of my place values are lined up perfectly. My ones, my tenths, my hundredths, my thousandths, my 10,000ths. All right, they're all lined up beautifully so that I can be neat and do this really simply. 0 plus 4 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. 6 plus 9 is 17. I put the 7 down, carry the 1. 0 plus 1 is 1, plus an extra 1 is 2. Bring down the decimal. 2 plus 0 is 2, getting me a final answer of 2.2774. So you are now going to go add some decimals, and the trickiest part is lining those numbers up, going slow, and not forgetting when you carry to add those extra numbers. All right, my friends, that is your second task for today. Good luck, and we will talk at you tomorrow.